Hello. I promised to make this subscriber special when I hit 2,500 subs, so here we are. 5 questions you guys have asked. Let's get started. First, my good friend Shintai asks, how would you describe your video creation process and what criteria do you use in deciding what games to make videos on? The actual process is just playing the game and taking notes while I do. Afterwards, I study interviews mostly surrounding the production and release of the game to get an idea of what the developers were going for. That's usually when I go through the game again in order to recapture it with a better paradigm, and those notes are usually compiled into the conventional essay structure. A brief intro, set up the developer's intent and the mindset that frames all discourse. Several bodies which explore various aspects of the game and how they conveyed the core intent of the developers. Often these bodies are the game world, mechanics, the player, the characters and such. I usually start my videos on the opening tutorial because they give an easy way to set up the entire game in case the viewer is unfamiliar with the game, and I usually end by discussing the player because the way I see it, that's the most intimate subject for the viewer and I want to have captured their attention firmly before touching on it. Then there's an outro that summarizes the game and winds the journey down. As for the criteria I use to decide which games I cover, it's a mix of what I want to play that month and what I think hasn't been done yet. Some, like the Ocarina of Time video, are planned long ahead. Others are games that don't have significant discussions yet, like System Shock 2, and still others like Morrowind are reactionary to other videos I've made. Second, Spiff asks, hi! I initially found your channel because of your review of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. What set you apart from anyone else I could find at the time was that you took thorough efforts at analyzing the game and showcasing what was good about it without resorting to constantly focusing on outdated aspects. The psychology and philosophy aspects really appealed to me and I still haven't found a better review of the game on YouTube. Just a side note on that, I'd recommend Ragnarok's video on it, I'll link it below for you. The source material and the game itself differ so much that they require much distinction and I appreciated that part of your video. Oh, isn't that nice? My question would be, do you plan on doing more reviews of lesser known titles in the future or will you be sticking with better known franchises for a while? My video schedule is in a permanent state of flux. At any given moment, I have a good idea for the next 3 videos I could potentially make, but I can't really give specific answers on what type of game I might cover next. That being said, the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream video is currently my most watched, so if that were my motivator, I guess obscure titles are the way to go. I can definitely say I'm not a blockbuster exclusive guy, and I have a list as long as my forearm on obscure titles I want to cover. That's a vague, nothing answer, but I really can't say anything beyond that. Third, Smoker9511 asks, hey! I just watched the Final Fantasy VII analysis video and subscribed to the channel. My question is, did they ever tell you that you really sound like Andrew Anthony? Look it up. Keep up the great job. No one before you has said that. The best I've gotten is that I sound like Borat, so thank you for giving me a new peek. Just for that, I'll give you a freebie. EA Sports. It's in the game. Rate this in the comments below, everyone. Fourth, Daynick101 asks, so as someone who subscribed from your I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream retro video, what drives you to make these videos? And how much time and effort do you put into each and every video, since most of your videos average to about 30 minutes per video and they have massive amounts of quality and polish in them as well? My drive is mostly experiencing video games again. I have always been a video game guy, but I got to a point where everything I played was the same game. You walk, stealth a bit, loot, shoot, etc. My passion for the medium was really dying, but I had always liked long-form video game analyses, and I thought that if I wanted to preserve my love of games, I had to try out new ones, and having to make monthly-ish reports on them would be a great motivator to keep exploring. The time spent making each video really depends. I'd say each minute constitutes anything from 1 to 3 hours of work. That seems like a lot, but I usually have a lot of projects going on at the same time to maximize efficiency. As for all the Polish in my videos, you're probably mistaken. My neighbors are from Lithuania and they can make a noise. I'm sorry if that got into the narration. I usually try to record when things are quiet. And the fifth question is something I get asked very often, so I won't be linking to anyone in particular. Yes, I do plan on making more Silent Hill videos, but no, probably not soon, because my PlayStation 2 died when I last played Silent Hill 3, and, more importantly, I haven't found an interesting way to frame them yet. Maybe next year. Well, that's all the questions for now. Tune in next time when we've reached 5,000 subscribers, and be sure to submit your questions for that special when the time arrives. I'm AesirAesthetics. Take care, friend.